Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. I'm here with my friend, my dear friend, Darrell Ross. He's a business coach here in Vancouver. He works with small businesses. He's an expert in many things around networking and profiles, disc profiles, and that sort of stuff, understanding people. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. How you doing, Darrell?
I'm well, thank you. And thanks, Mark. Yes, I consider you a good friend as well. And yeah, I've just been noticing in my interactions lately, as I mentioned in a previous video, I was exposed to this model back in the 90s. And lately, I've just had some interactions with people live and through Zoom where I was noticing things, and it reminded me that because I use disc all the time, I was using it again to be able to figure out what these people were like and what they were after. And ultimately, the power behind disc. And I'll just quickly show a little card here. So disc is DISC. And basically that's, there are four different styles and people tend to be high in one. So, the Ds are the doers, the directors, dominant type personality. I's are more, interactive, inspirational. I'm using some alliteration here just to help make that point across. The S is stable, steady, and the C is conscientious, cautious. So just knowing those traits, first of all, it's good to be able to observe those in yourself, which is really key. And there's tons of assessments out there that people can do, and people can contact me if they want to do that. But the other thing is what I love about DISC is this is a behavior that you can observe in others. And so you can just get a sense that someone's inspirational, or they're super cautious, or they're, more people oriented, whatever that may be. And so I was thinking in terms of helping people determine more quickly who it is they're dealing with. There are a couple other ways to just kind of analyze an interaction with somebody, and that'll help you determine what style they are. And so one of the first ones is pace. So you can look at people and are they faster paced or slower paced? So you're either faster paced or slower paced. And so the D's and the I's are faster, the S's and the C's are slower. And what do I mean by pace? Well, how do they speak? How quickly do they respond to email? When you're meeting live, can you observe how quickly are they walking? I mean, literally it is faster and slower, and it tends to go through everything that they do. So when you're noticing that someone's faster paced, if you're faster paced as well, that's going to be common ground, which is awesome. So that's going to be a way that you can relate to each other and bond. However, if you're one of the slower paced ones, there's an instance where, and let me ask this question, Mark, how do you like to be treated? How would you want to be treated in an ideal world?
Well, with gloves and lots of money, basically.
With lots of money, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it depends on context. I mean, and I know we've talked about this. So you can be all of these things. A person isn't just one of these. They're more, it depends on context. So
Yes.
that's where I notice, like sometimes if I'm with my wife, I would rather be, would rather be a little bit slower. And in a business situation is probably I'd like a little bit more energy. But that depends on, is it a creative situation where energy really matters more? Is it an analytical situation where I want to be maybe a little bit slower and take my time and think it through? So again,
Yeah.
we're all of these things,
We're
right?
all, yeah, absolutely. And depending on the situation or depending on our dominant styles, typically we like to be treated the way we want to be treated, right?
Yeah.
However, so that means, if you extrapolate that out, that means other people want to be treated the way they want to be treated, not the way we want to be treated. So the key is, so when you see this observable behavior, so on the pacing side, if you notice that someone is quick, short answers, moving quickly, that's how they're going to want to receive information. That's how they're going to want to be pitched to by you, etc. And so it's when there's that mismatch that things kind of fall off the rails. The other thing to consider too is, are people more people focused or task focused? And so in the DISC model, the D's and the C's are more task oriented, the I's and the S's are more people oriented. And again, it's something that you can observe, but it's something to have in the back of your mind. Oh, is this person super warm and inviting and they like to talk about, family and their vacation and all this stuff, or do they just want to get right to the point? They just want the facts. And so, that's something where you can tell right away, okay, these people are more task oriented, so I'm going to have to approach them in that manner. And as I've said before, it's not about being insincere or fake or anything. It's just about observing what's happening. So, being in the moment with that person and then being able to make that decision, okay, you know what, I need to speed up a little bit, or maybe I need to slow down, or maybe I need to not go directly for the task for a second and ask a few more questions about their family and that sort of thing. So hopefully that's helpful for people, just to remember those pace and tasker people.
So there you go. If you want to learn a little bit more about the disc profile, maybe find out a little bit more about where you lie around that in particular context, Darrell Ross, you can reach him at 604-218-4702 or check out his website, morebusinessmorelifenow.com. He's a business coach. He can help you get more business for your business and more life out of your business for yourself, or email him, Darrell at morebusinessmorelifenow.com. Thanks, Darrell.
Thanks, Mark.